What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be smoking venison jerky. So in front of me, I got about 15 pounds of ground venison. You can absolutely do this with venison muscle meat as well, but I just feel like it's a great way to utilize some of that burger meat. And we have a jerky gun, so we're gonna go ahead and season up all the meat, stuff it in the jerky gun, and then I'm gonna shoot it right onto the racks for the smoker. And then we're gonna go ahead and take them out and smoke them for about 3.5 hours, maybe 4. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the recipe in the description below. But basically, for every 2.5 pounds of venison, you're gonna want 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1¼ teaspoon of garlic powder and black pepper, and then 1/2 teaspoon of dry mustard. And then I also have here some celery powder and some cayenne pepper. I don't really measure it, but I just kind of sprinkle it on top of the meat, and it just gives it a little bit more kick. So I'm going to go ahead and get this meat seasoned up, put them on the trays, and throw them on the smoker. So here I got 100% ground venison. I've never used any mixture. Like any pork or beef mixture or fat. I just like the way the venison tastes, and I love knowing what I'm eating is just 100% pure venison. Very clean, very healthy, and very healthy ingredients as well. So I got my venison laid out. Gonna go ahead and just add my salt. And then pepper. Garlic. Onion. Mustard. Like I said, I never really measure the cayenne pepper, but a little bit goes a long way, so I just kind of sprinkle it over top, just to give it a little bit of kick, a little bit of heat. And that should be, it's not really coming out well, but that should be good right about there. And then a little bit of celery powder as well. I just like the flavor it gives, and same thing, just a little bit goes a long way for these two. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix them up. Alright guys, now that we got the meat all seasoned and mixed up, we're going to go ahead and take our jerky gun and unscrew this back part. Now this process does start getting a little bit repetitive and time consuming, but basically we're just going to go ahead and fill this up and shoot the meat onto the racks. And then I am using, so I have 2 pellet grills that I'll be using to smoke these. I used to use a charcoal smoker and real wood, but this process, this process is just so much easier and more convenient. I'm just going to set it to the lowest setting that you can go. So a lot of these pellet grills, they have like a smoke setting. It usually sits around like 150, 175 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do, set it to that. If you were using a charcoal smoker or a wood smoker, traditional wood smoker, just try to keep the temperature under 200. And then smoke time, like I said, usually around 3.5 hours, maybe 4, depending on what temperature you're sitting at. But yeah, usually around 3.5 hours. I'll keep checking on it until I get it right where I want it, and we're good to go. So this jerky gun has a couple different attachments, and I just like to use it's like a flat little strip almost, and I just use that attachment, shoot it right on the grates, and we're good to go. So I'll kind of demonstrate how I do one, and then we'll take it out to the smoker when it's all set. I'll give you guys a little better angle here. So I got my grate right here, and then it works pretty much exactly like a caulk gun. And that's it right there. And then once it gets to the end, I just kind of break it off, and that's it. You got little jerky strips when they're all said and done. And then when they're on the smoker, I want to make sure that they're kind of spaced out and they have enough area for the smoke to go all the way around the meat. But yeah, other than that, it's a pretty simple and straightforward process. So I'm going to go ahead and fill all these up, all these trays, and then we'll go ahead and take it out to the smoker. All right, you guys, that process is a little bit time consuming, but we just got it all set. All the trays are all loaded up. I still have some extra meat. This batch was a little bit too big for all the trays that I had ready for the smoker. So I did put some meat on the air fryer trays. There is a dehydrating setting on the air fryer. So I'm gonna go ahead and give that a shot. We'll see. I might try to throw the rest of this in the oven and make some jerky that way as well. But the weather is it's pretty bad outside. It's starting to snow pretty good right now, and later on it's going to get windy. So I'm not sure if I want to, wait a couple hours and then put the rest of that meat on a different batch when the first batch gets done. But we'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and take these racks. I mean, as you guys can see, it's coming down pretty good right now. It's snowing pretty good outside, and it's just going to get worse and worse throughout the day. So I'm going to go ahead and put these on the smoker, and like I said, about three and a half hours later, we'll check. Both smokers are right around 150, 175 right now. So I'm going to go ahead and throw them on and then wait a couple hours, and we'll see how they're looking. All right, so I didn't end up using the air fryer, the oven, or anything. I was able to redneck rig some ways to get all the meat on the smokers. So it did take a little bit longer than expected, but let's check out what I got going on over here. So this is smoker number 1. And like I said, I kind of redneck rigged it. So originally it was just this bottom one and then this top one right here. And then I was able to put the air fryer racks on there. I got some metal attachments for that jerky gun that I just put right there, and then I got the top one on top. They're all spaced out. There's all room for the smoke to adhere to all the meat. Again, got this one at 150. This one's still kind of getting up to temp. I was just messing around with it, so it's at 90 something right now, but it's going to end up getting around 130 to 150 as well. And then same thing here, tray, and then the top tray, and then I kind of redneck rigged this one as well. Just another barbecue grate, and then another metal attachment right there. So that's what we got going on. I'm gonna close these, let them do their thing. Like I said, let them sit at 150 degrees, or whatever the lowest setting on your smoker is. And like I said, if you're using charcoal, try to keep it around 150. Then we'll come back in 3.5 hours and see how we're looking. All right, guys, it's been about 3.5 hours. I went to the gym. I just came back, so maybe if my face is all red and sweaty, that's why. But I just took a peek at them. We're looking really good. So the jerky that I had on the bottom was obviously cooking a little bit faster than the stuff on the top. So I'm going to start pulling off. The jerky on the bottom is pretty much done. I'm going to show you guys right here really quick. So the jerky down here is looking good. It's pretty much done. Up here is getting closer to done. And then this one can use a little bit more time. So I'm just going to take these really long tongs and take all the ones off from the bottom and let the top ones finish cooking for a little bit. And there you guys have it. I have a huge batch of smoked venison jerky right there. It's absolutely delicious. I was just eating some of it. Total smoke time was about 3.5 hours. This was a really, really big batch. So some of the pieces that were right above the main heat source, they kind of got a little dried out. But it was only a couple pieces, and it was just because it was a really, really big batch, and I couldn't get in there and kind of move the pieces around. But overall, very, very happy with it. I highly suggest this recipe if you guys want to, just a different jerky recipe, something simple, super healthy, and or if you just want to try something different with your ground venison. I know a lot of people will go through the steaks and then go through the roasts, and then they have a bunch of ground venison that they don't know what to do with. This is an absolutely delicious meal, delicious snack that you can do with your ground venison. So now I'm going to let this kind of cool down and just sit at room temp, just like this, and then I'll give it a few hours. After that, I'm going to vacuum seal it and freeze it, and I'm just going to keep it like that. And then whenever I want some fresh venison jerky, I'll just go out of the freezer, let it thaw out, and there you go. Great snack for when I go ice fishing, hunting, anything really, and it's absolutely delicious. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys like the recipe, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.